Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome into another episode of Winning Bets. I'm, of course, Jason Mattis, giving you guys some free sports picks every single day. Again, I appreciate you guys kicking off your Tuesday morning with me here. It's been a nice morning over here. Been up since, I don't know, kids got me up around 5. We've already had Cheerios. We've already had our bananas, our juices, our coffees. We are ready to go over here. And we're coming off a successful Money Monday as we were able to put money in our pocket. So that's what we love to see right there. With that being said, let's just jump right on into things. Let's go ahead and do that recap from yesterday. And then we've got a soccer bet today. We've got some baseball bets today. And then I've got a bet for that Padres-Marlins game that I haven't given out yet on any other platform. I'll go ahead and give it out right here first. With that being said, let's go ahead and get on into that recap. As you guys can see right there, again, as I said, it was a successful Money Monday. How about plus 0.79 units? Yes, sir. Ringing that cash register right there. Let's go through those wins and go through those losses. Liverpool on that clean sheet. Did you guys watch that game? I thought it was a little bit of a tough loss right there. Watch that entire game. You know, Palace's goal came out of nothing. I mean, Liverpool was absolutely dominating them. They had all the possession. As soon as Palace was able to get some possession in the first half, Liverpool turned them over. It seemed like every single time within 15, 20 seconds, Liverpool would regain possession. It's just unfortunate they gave up a goal right there. I mean, nice little outlet pass there by the goalkeeper, and then a quick little pass up to Zaha, and absolutely a fantastic finish by Zaha, getting that past Alisson low and on the ground. Just really, really nice shot getting that past Alisson. And then, of course, Palace, looked a little bit better. They got some energy. They got confidence in getting that goal. So, yeah, they created maybe a little bit more in the first half, and then second half, even when Liverpool was down to 10 men. Even when Liverpool went down to 10 men because Darwin Nunez wants to bring out the Zinedine Zidane headbutt, they still were in control of that game. 10-11, and Liverpool was in control of that game. We had one bad moment, unfortunately, go against us, and that's what happens, right? We know those bets are sweaty. Every time you want to take a team to be on a clean sheet. A little unfortunate right there. Again, it really came out of absolute nothing. So, anyways, we moved on. We go on to baseball. How about my two best bets in baseball yesterday on yesterday's payoff pitch? I loved both of these bets so much I couldn't decide between the two of them. So I gave them both out, and they gave them both out as my best bets on coming to a stretch. It was Orioles Blue Jays F5 over 4.5 runs. And Orioles F5 team total over 1.5 runs. We know that the Orioles did all the damage. I also gave out the Orioles yesterday on the payoff pitch as my long shot of the day at plus 135. They were able to come through. I don't know why everybody's sleeping on the Orioles and everybody's always, fading the Orioles. I've been giving out the Orioles pretty consistently recently, it seems like, on the payoff pitch at an underdog, and they just come through more times than not, continue to be the most profitable money line baseball team in the entire season. We got Alek Manoah on the mound for the Blue Jays, but that Blue Jays offense just isn't hitting, and definitely not hitting compared to this Orioles team. We'll see what underdog, long shot I've got today on the payoff pitch, but I know the Orioles will certainly be in contention. So good cash right there. We did drop our other F5 team total, though. Diamondbacks over 1.5 runs. They only got one run. I saw that in the box score. I actually didn't even click on it to see if it came in the first 5 or after the first 5. So no idea how close that was. That was a late night West Coast game. So well beyond my 39-year-old, 2 kids, time. I'm way gone by the time those games are, settling up and what have you. So that was over right there. How about that Nerfy, though, and Mariners Angels? Both teams scored in the first inning. So that was a loser. But we hit our 2-unit play of the day. That's right, our 2-unit play cash between those Padres and Marlins. We did the Nerfy in that game. 6 up, 6 down, relatively speaking. So nice no-sweat winner right there. And then Braves F5 team total. Sorry, not Braves F5 team total. Mets and Braves F5 over 4.5. I didn't do a team total in that game. Hell, you would have been good if you did the Braves. Obviously, they got 13 runs. But when you see two offenses like that are coming in the game, both ranked in the top 10, you don't pick a team total. You just take both teams to do some damage. And the Braves came through for us right there. So, again, a good day at plus 0.79 units. We ring the cash register. Anytime we're able to put money in our pocket, we most definitely ring the cash register. Let's go ahead and jump into that comment section, see if we've got anything going on this morning. And then, of course, we've got the bets we need to go ahead and roll out. So we'll look to do that next. Good morning, Chewy. Hey, man. Hey. We got Puppet saying Rangers and PSV over 1.5 goals. Sure. I see over 2.5 goals, as a matter of fact. And you could probably even tack on both teams to score as well. I've got a bet in the Champions League qualification. And then I've got my good buddy here that does handicapping as well. We may do a collab. That's why I've only got one soccer bet today. We were talking last night. I get up well before he does, so I'm kind of waiting for him to wake up and then hit me back so we can resume our conversation. But I'll likely be taking those next two games. I'm with you. I do like over 1.5. Again, I just said I like over 2.5. I like Copenhagen on that double chance at home. All right, let's see what other bets we can get made in the Champions League. Make sure to follow me on Twitter. May have a nice collab play a little bit later on right there. Cheers for the Orioles tip. Yeah, man, I mean, what are people doing the Blue Jays? Orioles top 5 offense versus right-handed pitching. Loved backing the Orioles yesterday, so very good stuff right there. And Lee's on the Liverpool disappointment. Yeah, they're wrecking parlays, obviously, to start the season. Obviously, drawing against Fulham, drawing against Palace. They are just crashing parlays left and right so far, Liverpool. We'll see what they do next week up against my Manchester United. I expect them to, beat up on Manchester United. They beat up on Crystal Palace. Like I said, even with 10 men, they were in control of that game. I expect them to beat up on Manchester United. See if they're able to get their first game where they were able to get 3 points this season. We'll see. Good morning, my man. Good morning. Always nice to see you. Good morning. Hope you're doing well. Over 7.5 corners. I did their team total. That's going to be my bet. Let's just jump on into it. And my man's asking right there. He's on the F5 team total. Or he's on the game over 7.5 corners. That's got to be juicy as hell because I saw over 9.5 corners, I believe, at minus 143. So if you're suggesting taking over 7.5 corners, I'm not sure if you're suggesting a team total. If you're suggesting a team total, you're getting really good plus money because as you can see here on the screen, I gave out over 5.5 corners on that team total, and that's at minus 110. If you're talking about a full game over 7.5 corners, sure. I mean, that should hit. Like I said, over 9.5 is minus 143. So let's talk about this game. Look, this should be a nice game of football. Everybody's learning who Bodo is. The guys there from Norway looking to make their first ever Champions League group stage. This was a team that, it was 6, 7, 8 years ago was in the tier 2 of Norway, and now they're competing for their first ever Champions League group stage. Look, they've been averaging 7.33 corners in the Champions League qualification matches. And you look at Dynamo, who they're going up against here from Croatia. They've allowed both of their opponents, when they've been on the road in Champions League qualification games, they've allowed both their opponents to go over 5.5 corners. I see goals in this game. I see corners in this game. But you know how soccer is. Sometimes there's, when you bet goals, you don't get any goals, but you get corners. Or sometimes when you bet corners, you don't get many corners and you get goals. This should just be a nice, entertaining game of football. Nice, entertaining game of football between these two. Expect both teams to score to hit. I would expect probably both teams to score in over 2.5 goals to hit. I think we'll get some corners along the way. So I'm betting that one appropriately at over 5.5 corners. And then you can see the other bet. It's Mets F5 team total over 1.5 runs. I mean, love that. They're just crushing right-handed pitching. They're getting Charlie Morton, a guy they've seen twice this season. They've already cashed this bet with extra runs, to go. I think they got 5 and 4 runs, if I recall correctly off the top of my head with the research. So, yeah, they're getting over 1.5 against Charlie Morton with room to spare, and they come into this game as a top 5 offense versus right-handed pitching. No-brainer bet, but it was super juicy. I mean, it was like minus 180, minus 190, if I recall. So I had to parlay it with something. And right off the bat, Rockies, Cardinals, 2 left-handed pitchers. We saw these two teams just play out last week in Denver. Pitchers got rocked. These two teams come in smoking left-handed pitching. Colorado Rockies been one of the best all season long. They remain one of the best. If I pull it up, I think they're still number 3. They're hitting 305 right now versus left-handers, which is third best, and the Cardinals are right behind them in 9th, hitting 269. Love these two offenses. Obviously, I've teased this line down. I don't really need to justify it because the real line is over 7.5, so I've teased it down 3 runs. All right, real no explanation. I think that leg is minus 585. Just needed something to parlay with that Mets team total because by the time I got around to it, it was super juicy. So just needed a little something to tease it down and reduce the juice for. So those would be the 2 bets we'll go ahead and roll with. I did say I want to go ahead and add one more to the Padres-Marlins game. This bet I have not given out yet on any platform. So with that being said, let's jump to it. Let's find it right. It's right there. There it is right there. So look, I'm interested in the Padres winning this game. Credit to the Marlins. I mean, I gave the Padres out as a lean, but if you guys remember on Payoff Pitch and on TikTok Live, I really gave out the under in that game, and we were on the Nerfy. I gave out the F3 under, or the F5 under. I gave out the full game under. All of them were leans, but granted, that being said, I did lean the Padres yesterday. This is the game where the Padres are going to win. All right, Marlins got their win out of the way. Their ace is done. He's no longer going to pitch the rest of this series. And we look at just from a hitting standpoint, I'll pull up the stats here for a second. Marlins are hitting 157 versus left-handed pitching. They're hitting 157th, which is 28th in the league, and they're striking out 28.2% of the time versus left-handed pitching, which is seventh. What did I say? Seventh worst in the major leagues. On the flip side, the Padres come in versus right-handed pitching with third best in the league. They're hitting 287. They're also bringing a lot of power at 474 slugging percentage. So obviously like the Padres to win the game, and I think because the Marlins are struggling so much versus left-handed pitching, they're getting so many strikeouts at 28.2% versus left-handed pitching. I think Manaea can get 4+ strikeouts along the way. So give me a 4+ strikeout outing by Manaea. And also give me that Padres money line. I did consider Manaea to be the winning pitcher at plus 125. But to be quite frankly, the Marlins have the better bullpen. Not being said, the Padres bullpen isn't terrible. It's always a race just to get to the good arms. I mean, you saw the Marlins yesterday, right? 7 innings from Alcantara. Can they just get six outs from their bullpen? Yeah, if you can get in your good arms, I think the Padres will have a nice little lead. Cabrera's had a good little season there for the Marlins. But, boy, just having a really... You're not going to keep this offense down for long, right? They had the hot numbers coming in yesterday. Well, they ran into one of the best pitchers in baseball, probably the Cy Young winner. They're not going to have that much success today. So give me that Padres money line and give me Manaea over 4.5 strikeouts. So I'll leave those bets up on the screen. I'll jump into the comments section. We'll see what we've got going on, and then we'll let you guys go and enjoy your morning until I see you again at the payoff pitch. We'll, of course, add some more bets to it. We've got Bodo saying over 1.5 goals. Sure. I see goals. I mean, quite frankly, I see goals. Again, whether that's 1-1, 2-1, 2-2, should be goals. Should be goals. Good morning. Good morning, my man. Let's cash. Let's cash. We had Money Monday. We got to ring the cash register this morning and celebrate a nice profitable day. So I hear you, man. Let's do it. Oh, you couldn't take team corners on DraftKings, so you took handicap. Okay. They should certainly have more. Being the home side, they should have more of the possession. So, okay, good. Hopefully that's not more than minus 2.5. Hopefully at worst, that's a minus 2.5 on the corner handicap. But if so, you're probably good right there. Dodgers money line in Houston. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be a low-scoring game. You know, there's games. That's like the classic game yesterday between Padres and Marlins. People were asking my opinion of who I think was going to win the game. Again, admittedly, I said the Pirates, but what I said more was the under. Just take the under, right? Who cares who wins the game? Sometimes the under or the over just looks way more sexier than trying to figure out who will win the game. You're talking Houston. You're talking, White Sox. You're talking the two leading candidates for Cy Young. You're talking number 1, number 2 in ERA. Just take the under. Just take the under. Don't try and figure out if Houston's going to beat Chicago. Houston should win, but look what happened yesterday with Cueto on the mound. Chicago got it done. And you're going to go into this game with the same advantages yesterday for Houston. They're going to have the better hitting numbers. They're going to have the better bullpen numbers. Starter? I don't know. You're not going to say Verlander's better than Cease. Hell, you're talking number 1 versus number 2 in ERA. Just take the under. And, of course, the Dodgers, just keep that train, just humming right along. Lee says, do you watch the MLS? No, I do not, man. It's just European soccer for me. It's easier. It's on during the morning. It's on during the afternoon. Those are like my kind of alone times. You start getting in the evening time when MLS is on, that becomes family time. So no MLS for me. Oh, now you got minus 1.5 on corners. Sure, I like that even better. I just told you 2.5 would have been my max. So if you're saying minus 1.5, yeah, I like that. They'll have more possession. They'll have more of the ball. And they should have more of the corners. So all right, let's cash your handicap and let's at least get up over 5.5 corners so we can all cash that other one as well. All right, guys, I guess that's how we'll do it. Looks like the comments here have slowed down. If you got any more questions, I'll go for another 2-3 minutes, but then I do need to bounce, finish getting ready for the payoff pitch. I tell you what, guys, I'm on a little bit of a heater trying to predict 2 guys to get a base hit. You guys, I don't know, how many of you guys follow the payoff pitch, but every day in the 5th inning called Keep Swinging, I picked 2 guys to get a hit. Cashed yesterday's again, plus 117. Whatever 2 guys I picked today, I'm going to bet it. I'm just on a nice little heater. I've got to go back. Probably won 5 of the last 7, maybe 6 of the last 7. Just put it on a really nice heater, trying to find 2 guys a day that can get a hit over 0.5 hits. Again, yesterday's cashed at plus 117, so definitely getting ready to jump into that research. That's where my research will probably take me to next. Then I got to do some pitching props. Got to find a way to get Mitch Keller. Mitch Keller, folks. Mitch Keller's on the mound. It's tough. It's tough right now. They got a strikeout number at 3.5. You got a Red Sox team that is like league average. I think it was like 20 point something right now versus right-handed pitching. It wasn't as 20.7. They're not hitting the ball all that great. They're league average at 257, which ranks 14th. I don't know, it could be hard. We're going to get in a bet on Mitch Keller. Don't let that guy pass. Don't let the cash cow. Remember, this guy's got 18 starts, and we've cashed 15 of his 18 starts. But today may be a day where you force it a little bit with Mitch Keller, which he's the only player I'm willing to force it with, and I admit it. I always admit when my bets aren't research based and maybe aren't, stat driven or trend driven. I always admit it. I always let everybody know, like, hey, this one kind of throwing shit on the wall to see what sticks. Mitch Keller, yeah, I don't mind doing that with. So let's throw something on the wall with Mitch Keller and see if we can't get something to stick. One last question here. We got Rays plus 1.5. I mean, sure. Yankees can't hit their way out of a wet paper bag right now. I mean, are you kidding me? Yeah, they're a great fade. They're going up against Springs. Is he a left-hander? Is he a left-hander or a right-hander off the top of my head? Let me look. Just can't quite remember what handed he is. I mean, it doesn't matter. The Yankees can't hit. Okay, so he's a left-hander. So let me jump over to the other tab. Yankees. Oh, they're much better versus left-hander. Oh, no, I'm on the wrong column there. Yeah, they're not hitting left-handers either. 25th in the league, and they're hitting 192. Take the Rays plus 1.5. Don't care that Nestor Cortez is on the mound. Hell, Cole was on the mound yesterday, and he dominates the Rays. And what they lose that game 3-0 or 4-0 or whatever it was. So, yeah, Rays plus 1.5. Yeah, I think that's good. Kim Kardashian's next boyfriend. I see on OddsShark you can actually place a bet on that. I assume it was a joke thing that somebody sent out on a tweet. But other than knowing the name Kim Kardashian, I could tell you any goddamn thing about her. So I know of the name, but that's a great question there, Chewy. Great question. All right, guys, I think we'll let you go. Again, I'm going to go cook up some more winners here before the payoff pitch. Come join me live at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Live at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And again, I may have another Champions League play with my buddy once he gets moving. I think we might add a little bit to it. So, all right, guys, we'll see you guys on the payoff pitch. Thank you guys for kicking off the morning with me here. Greatly, greatly appreciate you guys kicking off a morning. We'll see you.